What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Listen, I want to come to you guys with a quick live feed today. Today is Thursday, April the 7th, 2022. Tonight I'll be, on every Thursday I have my weekly shows, but we'll be doing Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got a great show tonight. Tonight I think the topic is, if you were to die today, would your children be okay? We're talking about more so like would they be okay, not necessarily from a financial standpoint, more so are they just okay from they're prepared for life. Okay, so that'll be tonight on Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out Change Your Lives on YouTube. Again, if you were to die today, would your children be okay? It's going to be a pretty cool show. But again, today I want to give you guys a quick financial update in regards to different things going on in the economy, covering President Biden came out a couple of days ago. I meant to do this feed. Your boy had a pretty good tax season, so I've been super excited about that. But President Biden came out a couple of days ago in regards to student loan repayment plan. I think it's supposed to end it on May of this year, May 2022, and it was extended to August 2022. And I think that's pretty cool because as a person that actually had student loans, I can understand how challenging it can be, already in one living life, then having that on top of you. But, I think everybody's had different funky ways in regards to when it was first enacted. I think that was 2020, when it was March 2020, when the extension first started. And then you look at even a couple of years later, the economy still been kind of seesawing with a few things. So I thought that was pretty cool to extend it through August 22. Again, President Biden came out, I think that was Tuesday, that they extended through August 2022. That was everybody with student loan debt for the repayments. That was extended through then. I think they have my notes. Only 18% of borrowers actually have been making payments through that period. So again, what's been happening, you didn't have to pay your student loan payments, but they were giving you an opportunity to make payments, but you was accruing 0% interest. So they weren't charging interest during that period. It's only 18% of the borrowers have actually been doing that. So, again, if you have not, if you are in that program where you don't have to make any payments and you are in a position to make payments, pay something to lower the debt, because again, it's great as here. It'd be cool if they do student loan forgiveness and wipe out everybody's debt. We don't know if it's going to be there. So my best advice to anybody is act like it's going to happen, and just still do something to put in. Shalom, how you doing now? Shalom. I'm going to get y'all in and out. I appreciate you tuning in. Right now, again, this is a quick financial break for Mr. Short Dollar. Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter. I'm not forgetting something. Instagram, and the main hub, which is the YouTube channel. Make sure, regardless of what platform you're looking at, it be it TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, get to the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. We got almost 400 videos on the YouTube channel covering business operation, business finance, business management. We got a grant playlist with over 150 grant opportunities for you guys to take advantage of. A lot of those grants are rolling grants. You got a $10,000 grant for Black female entrepreneurs. Got some more grants coming down the pipe. Got some more great informational videos come down. So make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. A lot of great information there and a lot of great information coming down the pipe. What's the next thing I want to go over? Make sure you, again, if anybody here has student loan debt, even though the payments are not required, please, if you're able to, make some kind of payments to the debt. I know one of the biggest things that President Biden was on his campaign trail, he was talking about the first $10,000 of student loan forgiveness, and there been talks about student loan forgiveness in different circles and everything, but you don't know if it's going to happen. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, you want to at least be somewhat prepared, okay? They're not going to accrue no kind of interest while he's going through this whole moratorium or pause as far as the payments right now. But you don't want to be sitting there like the debt ain't winning and hasn't went anywhere, okay? So if you can, please make some kind of payments to it, okay? That was it concerning the student loan debt. The next thing I want to go with you guys is the jobless claims. The market been kind of been pretty cool in regards to the job market. We still going through that the path of the great resignation, where a lot of people have left jobs. A lot of jobs are increasing wages to get people to work. And, it's been this big seesaw because a lot of places, as you've seen, I'm pretty sure you went into different restaurants or different service areas where there was a shortage of people working. And, businesses everywhere, have been trying to find ways to get people to work, be it more compensation, give, different titles, give different ways people can work, that being working remotely, being able to, work on the road, whatever it is, to kind of give some extra incentives for people to want to come to work. Business owners everywhere, even when the government try to just get crafty ways. With that said, the unemployment claim still been pretty relatively low, by 200,000 people, and that was reported, I think, that first week of April. And what I think is funny, when I was just reading over this and everything, is that my background is in finance and even the economics. We always know that unemployment and all those things like that are cyclical. Like whatever you do in April 2022, you may not see the effects of it until June or July 2022, because things on a massive level just have a trickle down effect. How it ripples down to something a couple months down the road, or maybe years down the road. And I was always thinking about how President Trump would always campaign, a month into how unemployment had decreased, and I was always thinking it was probably because some of the policies that or action that President Obama had. And I think even President Biden is probably right now benefiting on some of the policies or actions that President Trump had. I think personally, just looking at it, and I think it was 200,000 that's projected, and just looking at some of the latest statistics right now, I think it's going to kind of stay around there. I don't know what people are planning in the grand scheme of things, but this is something I want to just share with everybody. We start talking about unemployment in my vision in regards to how things are going, where you have so many people right now that have left, traditional work environments to start entrepreneurial, especially in the whole gig society. What I mean by gig society, DoorDash, Airbnb, Lyft, Uber, Instacart, things like that, where you're actually doing, peer-to-peer working, person-to-person working, where, you don't have to have an intermediary being a job, you're doing a service. You actually, may have a certain company in between where you're providing a service, be it lodging, delivering their food, taking them somewhere. The cool part about that was always that you were making a certain amount of money. I got videos coming about the subject I'm about to talk about in regards to, we're talking about jobless claims. The cool part about that was, just say if your job you made $50,000, and after taxes, insurance, things like that, you probably brought home, let's say $30,000, right? People were able to cut out, a lot of the riffraff and still make that $30,000 by spending half of the time, because you may only DoorDash or Instacart at your leisure, and you didn't have to worry about the taxes. So you're still making the same net, or you could potentially make more, but it was at your leisure as opposed to going into the work. And all of that's where we see the whole big uptick in the gig society, and I'm probably say gig society, gig market rather, in regards to different things to be done from the Airbnb, the pass splits, Instacart, Uber, Lyft. The funky thing is I think everybody's going to notice, and I've talked about this before, and I always want to keep repeating this because I want people to be aware of this, is that the government has started making adjustments. Understand that before, again, you may have made $50,000 at your job and brought home $30,000. Just easy math, right? So we know we lost $20,000 in taxes, insurance, blah, 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 blah. But the problem going to come up now, we say you brought home $30,000. I can make that same $30,000 by working probably half of the week as opposed to going to work every day. I understand the logic, I understand the thought process. The issue coming up now, that $30,000 can start getting taxed. So the $30,000 you bring home half of the time, at the end of the year, you're probably going to have maybe a $10,000 tax liability on that. And most people aren't prepared for that, okay? I really, I can't stress this to people enough. If you're doing any kind of additional business, especially where you have some kind of intermediary that will report it. That being, you're doing anything in the gig world or whatever. Once they start reporting this income, some did it, this year. You will process your 2021 returns. You've seen it, but almost everybody's gonna be doing it next year, and we got to be very, very aware and prepared for having all this taxable income that you weren't preparing for in 2022. The government wants their money. And again, as long as you're using some kind of third party or intermediary to be able to process the services or sell the products that you selling, products you're selling or the service you're selling, anytime you use some kind of third party intermediary, being those service providers or just say any kind of payment processor, your PayPals, your Stripes, your Venmos, things like that, that stuff will get reported. So you got to prepare yourself, guys. I can't stress that to you guys enough. Be prepared, because the thing that you felt like, okay, I got all this freedom now, I get to keep, don't work as much and I'm still making the same amount of money and bringing it home that I was before, that's going to get reduced. And it's not going to get reduced while you're doing it. It's going to get affected when you go file your taxes. Now you got this $7, $8, $10, $15,000 tax liability. You wonder what's happening. It's that money that you were making that wasn't reported. That was reported, but no kind of taxes or any kind of preparation for the taxes came into play. So please make sure, guys, if you're doing any kind of gig work, you started, any kind of entrepreneurial track, make sure you get some kind of consultant from some kind of tax person, okay? Don't try to do it yourself. I'm always big on, learning things. Anybody in business, you want to learn things, do it for yourself. But y'all know my motto. The employee knows a lot about one thing. The owner knows a little bit about a lot of stuff, okay? So you just need to, if you get you an accountant or whatever, I'm not saying you have to be married to this accountant, right? Or be married to this consultant. Pay that person. Get a couple appointments under your belt, learn a system, or pay them to say, hey, can you teach me a system for me to carry on forward? Do so many appointments for you to get everything, you're comfortable with it, and then move forward. But don't ever neglect the finance of your business, because that is the one thing that can shut you down if everything isn't right, okay? I'm just telling you. We can worry about, any kind of delays in shipping, delays in production, delays in being able to have people at work. That's uncomfortable. But when the money ain't right and the government get involved, ain't nobody doing nothing, okay? So make sure you're being on top of that. And definitely, though, you look at something like the IRS, they're not going to call you. They're just going to accrue fees. There's going to accrue fees on you and accrue fees. And as long as you got people that's reporting your income, you can't hide it. You can do things in cash, but who in the world carries that around right now? I just want you guys to be prepared for that, okay? The next thing is, and I thought this was pretty interesting, and it's a real gray area. And we start talking about, just dealing with IRS and taxes when it comes to cryptos and NFTs, okay? The whole digital currency, digital asset thing is something that the IRS is still on this funky learning curve in regards to how they're going to be taxing people, how they want people reported and everything, okay? In this regard, we're dealing with people, dealing with some of these third-party vendors like your Coinbase and places like that. God, I'm going blank on the ones that deal with the NFTs. But anyway, just dealing with these actual organizations in regards to how they want to get things reported. Now, typically if you're dealing with cryptocurrency, most times you're dealing with one of those brokerage houses like a Coinbase. They're probably kicking out 1099s now to anybody that's doing any sales. But it's still so new. They don't have the same documentations and actual reporting mechanisms in place that there were some of the traditional sectors that people already were making investment income in already. So with that said, be very careful, be very mindful that there could be a lot of things that can come down the pipe. Because keep in mind, they just stated near the end of last year how they were going to deal with the reporting with the gig workers in regards to if you made over $600, dealing with them peer-to-peer apps. That being, like I said, the Lyft, Uber, Instacart. You didn't win one of those over $600, so you had to report it. But it just came I think that the last quarter of 2021 when that came out. So when they put the stuff out is when they put it out. How it's going to affect you, no one knows or anything like that. But I just want you guys, most important, to be kind of prepared for it. Okay, do your investing. Like I said, I'm always big on. I'm super big on you making money. I want you guys to go out there and make money, experiment, do different things and stuff like that. Put your toe in the water. I ain't saying go crazy, lose all your money when you got to hold your pants with your shoestring, but take chances. Go out there and get educated on different things and different products that's out there. I'm 150% on that. But just dealing with this whole, because there are no shortage of information in regards to people telling you to invest in this and buy this stuff, get this crypto stuff, and do this NFT. Guys, I'm an accountant. I'm an accountant over 20 years, and I'm sitting here telling us, listen, that's the happy side, the money side, when everything's growing. The sad side is when we got to pay taxes, right? When we start losing money. That's and that's the reality of everything. But as long as we prepare for that kind of stuff, I think you'll be okay. So I just want you guys, again, there are going to be some mechanism right now, I think, as far as which, some of those brokerage houses like Coinbase that, where the crypto is done, they're, showing the sales, just like, normally would have like a brokerage house would do that. But the NFT is going to be a little tricky. So, because you having people sell their NFTs to another person, then turn around and sell it to another person. They getting sales on the NFTs, they getting royalties on the NFT, money coming all kind of different ways. So the actual rules and stuff haven't come about yet. I just want you guys to just start preparing. I always say rule of thumb, 10-20% of whatever kind of income you make, having some kind of escrow set to the side. That way you don't get caught off guard. Because we know I didn't know, I was for sure, nobody told me. That's not going to be an excuse, especially when we start talking about going with the federal government, IRS. They ain't even trying to hit it. So I'm telling you now, prepare yourself. Because again, I'm just reading on different things. There is no hard verbiage. Now, if actually, like I said, the crypto is a little different. The sales coming in, there are probably some places right now, the reporting mechanism is set in place. But definitely NFTs, they haven't got everything together. So I want you guys to kind of be mindful. Like I said, if you just be in a situation, you put 10 to 20% to the side, at least 10. That being of your whatever you sell, if it's a profit, okay. If you selling it at a loss, you don't have to worry about it. Just make sure you're reporting it. But definitely, if you turn around and you may have some kind of situation where it may be capital gains tax or anything like that pops up, we want to just be prepared. Okay, so just be smart with it. I want you guys to make sure you're always doing the right thing with that, and you're always fully prepared. And that pretty much concludes what I wanted to go over with you guys with the feed. Right now, I open the floor up. If anybody got any questions in regards to grants, businesses, or anything like that, I'm open the floor. If you got anything, feel free to ask me any question you have right now. Again, right now, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself, streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, and the main hub, YouTube. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I got a lot of great information. Also, check out my other channel, Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. You can put my name, Deonte Burden, in the search on YouTube, or even Google it. The other channel and everything should come up. We got a great show tonight. Again, we're talking about if you were to die today, would your kids be prepared? Again, we're not just talking about, we're talking about financially, but we're also talking about them as a person. Are prepared to go out there on their own? Are you still babysitting the wrong person? Are you preparing them to go out there and spread the wings and do what they have? On Change Your Lives, where we talk about a lot of motivational, personal development, parenting, marriage, all that kind of stuff. We talk about that on Change Your Lives. So make sure you check it out again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't see anybody with any questions in regards to that. I know the other day we did the financial report in regards to, let me see what one of the topics we was looking at with the SBA and the IRS, that third stimulus payment. Guys, make sure, really, again, just quick tidbit, you guys know I'm an accountant again. Make sure, one of the biggest kickbacks that I keep seeing my clients is, and I ask them, I'm pretty sure a year ago to a taxpayer, ask you the same question: did you get your third stimulus payment in March, April 2021? And everybody get amnesia. And it's kind of funny. I understand, but I would think if it's like, especially if it's a joint file with dependents, if you got a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 deposit in your account in the spring of last year, you will remember it. But it's one thing we tell a person, if you didn't, this is what you're going to get. And if you're not, we got to take that off, and this is what you're going to get, or smaller. For some reason, they want the bigger number, but what's happening? A lot of these returns just getting hung up, and then they get readjusted, and they get a lesser amount minus those $1,400 per person for the rebate recovery credit. So please, just make sure that you make your preparer fully aware, or even you do it yourself, that hey, you did receive that rebate recovery credit. I want you guys to make sure that that's concerning with the IRS. I don't think it's anything else. You guys know tax deadline's coming up April 15th. I think it'll be April 17th this year, because I think 15th on the weekend. Make sure get prepared. If you're like, hey man, look, I ain't got my stuff together, I ain't thought anything about it. Put your extensions in now. Put your extensions in now, because nobody got money to give away. If you do, great. If you really got money to give away, hey, you can send Mr. Short Dollar for money and stuff. We can accept funds in any kind of way possible. But in all seriousness, make sure if you're not gonna really, you're not confident you'll have the taxes done before the 17th, don't file your extension. Gonna call your tax person and do it yourself and file your extension form 4868 with the IRS. Again, that's form 4868 with the IRS to file your extension, be a 6-month extension. So again, we kind of like in a little tight window, your deadline. I know right now we got a lot of people coming down, hey, they need their taxes done and stuff like that. We're gonna do our best. If anybody walks up within the next week or so to knock them out, but I know it's gonna be tough. Trying to do anything past that to get that done. Okay. Does anybody got any questions? I just want to make sure before we run out of here or anything. I don't see anybody with any questions. Cool, guys. Make sure you check out the grants playlist on Mr. Short Dollar. Got a lot of great information on the grants playlist. Got a video coming out tomorrow. I think that's tomorrow. Coming up, real good video in regards to what's the name of the video we got posted coming out tomorrow. You guys be on the look at it. Go to Mr. Short Dollar YouTube. It's premiered. Do you need a personal guarantee for a business loan? And a lot of times people putting up, I know you guys see it all over social media, how to get more business credit and things like that. Guys, let me explain something to you guys. When we start talking about business loans and business credit, guys, you talk to somebody, I've been 20 years in the game. It seems real cool. People say, get your LLC, get your tax number, get your donor's number, get you some trade lines and all that kind of stuff, right? That can work for you. But one of the things about that, we start talking about actually getting an actual loan. You need, especially when you talk about, over $50,000, definitely over 6 figures with a loan. It's just some things they're going to need. They're going to need a personal guarantor. That's a person that's saying that they're going to pick up some kind of liability for that business loan. And they typically will want a person over 700 credit score. People say it all the time, well, how do I not, get a business loan? Now, because the business loan will still theoretically be under the business tax ID number, but they need some person to be the personal guarantor. I want you guys to check out that video tomorrow. It premieres on Mr. Short Dollar from YouTube. Premieres, I don't know what time. Let me check, see if I got what time it's going to premiere. Do I need a personal guarantee on a business loan? And it premieres, I think, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Do I need a person guarantee for a business loan? Because again, guys, typically when you start going with those non-traditional routes, I don't need to add, an individual, the person guarantor. You can get it, but it costs so much higher. You're gonna get higher rates. You're gonna get real funky terms. Instead of a 10 or 15-year loan, it may be a 5-year loan at a crazy rate. You got access to products, but then it comes down to what kind of product you're going to get. So you just be kind of mindful of that. With no shorts, I see them all the time. These people are putting these different loan products. I'm sorry, trying to get this TikTok stuff together. People put them different loan products that you can get with not the best credit. And again, I just want you guys to understand, when you go down that path to get those kind of products, when your credit is not okay, the cost to get some of them products just really ain't gonna work. So I want you guys to be real mindful of that, okay? So you hear it all the time. You don't have to sign for this. You can have a 500 credit score and you can get this business loan. Yeah, but you're probably gonna get a 10, 15, 20% rate attached to it too. Now you got this monster note, and a lot of times, we don't really do what's best for us. I always share the story when I was in grad school. My Professor K, he always said it to us, people focus so much on fixing the problem and not always going back and fixing the reason the problem occurred. And the reason why a lot of times our credit has issues, it has nothing to do with just, job or whatever. It's more so like discipline. Certain behaviors we got that we probably need to adjust and change. And if we do that, no discipline, poor planning, things like that, and if we change that, then we won't turn around and have the same thing happen again. Because if you got, not the best personal credit, most of the time it come down, because again, you do have, job situations, health situations come up, but a lot of the time it'd be more so bad decisions we make. So if you turn around and you got bad credit from on the personal side, it won't be bad, but you know what I mean, not the best credit on the personal side, and then you say to yourself, well, I ain't got time to wait to get that fixed, let me just try to get this business credit. The same behavior that you have on the personal side, stick them with the business side, and that what'll happen. You got all this damn bad credit on the personal and your business side, and then you try to still keep doing the same thing. Fix the behaviors and the problems that cause that first, and then I'm telling you guys, once you got everything going, it's going like a well-oiled machine. It ain't nothing like making money with somebody else's money, okay? But when you start having to try to do things and using products that's not necessarily the best for you, that's when you're gonna have more and more problems. The higher rates, the shorter terms, just not the best products whatsoever. But you don't get it confused because you got access to certain things, and you're like, man, I was able to get a $50,000 loan or $100,000 loan, and now you got to put your house up for collateral, your car up for collateral. Like I said, the rates are just out of this world. The terms are just too short. Terms, the extra years that they give you to pay it back, none of the stuff is in your favor. So get yourself together first. If I can share anything with you guys, get yourself together first. From, like I said, those habits or attributes that you got that can cause that. Again, fix that first. Then I think you'll be okay. So do I see anybody tuning in? Not tuning in, got any questions? I see people on the live and different platforms, but nobody got any questions. Well, look, everybody, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you go to Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be on the lookout. I think tomorrow 1 p.m. for the video in regards to do I need a personal guarantee for a loan? That means the individual signing for a business loan as opposed to the loan by be standalone by itself. I'm just telling you guys, getting that personal guarantee probably the most advantageous. But I'm gonna explain what a personal guarantee is, why you need one, when you wouldn't need one, the process of being one. All that great information will be on that video, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Miss Short Dog. So make sure you go to the channel, hit the reminder or whatever showing so you can get a notification once the video goes live. So do I have anybody asking questions? Well, look, y'all, everybody be safe out there. I appreciate you tuning in. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.